Do GLP-1s cause muscle loss? I know you've heard it a lot. The truth may surprise you, or you may follow me in other places and you've already heard me talk about this. But either way, we're going to tackle muscle loss and weight loss on GLP-1s right now. Okay, so the truth is, during weight loss, without strength training, muscle loss is inevitable. It doesn't matter if it is a GLP-1 that you're using. It doesn't matter if it's bariatric surgery or just a calorie deficit. If you are in any type of weight loss mode, you are most likely going to lose muscle mass unless you are strength training. And a lot of the times, even if you're strength training, if you're eating in a calorie deficit, you still may lose some muscle mass. And this is expected. I didn't need the same amount of muscle at 220 some pounds as I need at 140 pounds. So muscle mass and losing muscle during a weight loss journey is pretty normal, but there are things that you can do to combat that, whether you're on a GLP-1 or you're losing weight another way. The fear mongering with GLP-1s causing muscle mass loss is just that. It's fear mongering. And GLP-1s do not inherently tack muscle mass. So let's just get that straight out of the way. GLP-1s are not attacking your muscle because I feel like that's what the general public wants to believe, is that you are going to lose all your muscle and wither away to nothing if you use a GLP-1. And it just couldn't be farther from the truth, especially if you're using a GLP-1 the right way or on any weight loss journey, doing it the right way. If you are on a weight loss journey, whether it be GLP-1 or anything, if you are not strength training, 20 to 30% of the weight that you lose can come from muscle mass. So that is why it is so utterly important to include strength training on your journey. And while in the beginning, it was really hard for me to get used to being in a calorie deficit while I was losing weight, I just felt tired and kind of fatigued. And it was really hard to motivate myself to go to the gym and lift weights. And in the beginning, I just mountain biked. I played softball. I walked. Sometimes I ran. I don't really like running, but I did it. But cardio and strength training are different. However, mountain biking did help with my muscle mass because I live in a very hilly place in West Virginia. But the truth is without strength training, there was just no way I was going to keep the muscle that I needed to keep. So let me throw some stats at you that have to do with muscle mass and how important it is for mortality and just the longevity of your life. So let's start with a study in 2014 from UCLA, and I'm reading this, that's the reason I'm not looking at you, showed that higher muscle mass is associated with lower all-cause mortality in older adults, regardless of their body fat percentage. Here is the stat that is going to just blow your mind. People with low muscle mass and low strength have a 50 to 80% higher risk of premature death. Did you hear that? 50 to 80% higher of dying prematurely based on just your muscle mass. That is wild to me. Leg strength is tied basically hand in hand with old age and just being independent in your old age. Chronic disease is tied into those people who have lower muscle mass. So when I tell you that studies are showing that strength is one of the best things that you can do to extend your life, I'm not exaggerating. And that's why it is so important to strength train while you're on a GLP-1 journey or any weight loss journey for that matter. So when you're strength training on a GLP-1, it's going to preserve your muscle while you're in a calorie deficit. It's a little harder when you're in a calorie deficit to actually build muscle. Most people, when they're losing weight, are trying just to maintain their muscle. And then once you get to your weight loss goal, a lot of people will try to build the muscle then. It's going to help you maintain your functionality. It's going to improve your body composition. It's just going to make you look better overall. It also reduces the risk of falls and fractures and fragility as we age. It supports your joint health, your bone density, and like I said earlier, your independence later in life. Muscle is medicine, you guys. Muscle is medicine. So what does that look like for you on your GLP-1 journey? First of all, start strength training as soon as you're able on this journey. And I know that it's hard for some of us who have a lot of weight to lose to get into the gym because things hurt when you have all that extra weight. And I get that. But even if you are doing a little bit, it is better than nothing. If you are a beginner, 2 to 3 times a week will go such a long way for you. And if you don't know what you're doing, there are so many YouTube videos that you can watch. There are so many free programs that you can watch just to give you an idea of some things that you can do for beginners in the gym. You can focus on body weight activities such as squats or push-ups and I can't do a push-up like by myself. So I either use band assistance or I will do like a knee girly push-up. But anything that you are doing to build your muscle mass, even if it's just body weight exercises, is going to improve this journey for you so much, as well as just extending your life overall. And while cardio is great, and you need cardio for your heart health and just for being able to do regular everyday activities, it doesn't prevent muscle loss. So balance is key here. You have to, don't neglect cardio, but if you can only do one, I'm going to tell you to strength train. If you had to ask me which is more important, I can only do one, I'm going to tell you to lift weights over doing cardio. Both are important, and I would love for you to be able to balance it, but if you had to choose, that's my answer. As far as my personal journey goes, when I first started this journey, like I had told you earlier, in the beginning, I wasn't able to do a lot of strength training. However, now I am in the gym 5 to 6 days a week usually. Right now I'm injured, so it's a little bit different right now. But I am strength training and I'm noticing such a difference in my body composition. And I will share before and after here. I'm the same weight in these photos, but in the before photo, I was not doing strength training 5 to 6 days a week. And in the after photo, I was doing strength training like I had been doing it for months. And it just shows you at the same weight, the difference in my body composition. And I think that that is so telling in this journey. So if you are just starting your GLP-1 journey or you are just now looking into starting to strength train, my advice would be to start small, do things that you can stay consistent with and that you won't give up on, and think long terms. By thinking long term, I mean think when you're 80, things that you're going to be able to do. And those are the things that motivate me, is just not wanting to be dependent on other people when I'm old. I would love to know in the comments if you strength train and what your routine is when you started on your GLP-1 journey and what you've noticed along the way. So see you next time.